Hi, I hope your day's going well. This is a quick review of two headsets that I was interested in. I was interested in them because they have a condenser microphone, and a condenser microphone is just a big step up from most gaming headsets, which do not have condenser microphones. So my normal blue microphone I was using, which is, let me see if I can bring this into picture here. This one. This was what I was using. It's a blue microphone. It's a condenser mic, and it always sounded better than any of my headsets. But there's some issues with using that kind of microphone. If you're not directly looking at it or talking at it, you don't hear. Whereas this one, I can move my head around. So I wanted to go back to try and using a headset, but it needed to be comfortable. It needed to have a good microphone, so i.e. a condenser microphone. And I looked and looked, and I found two options. This one, which is the Beyerdynamic DT797, you can see up on the screen here. It's a 250 ohm headset, meaning that it needs a fair amount of power. And this is an XLR mic, so you need an audio interface to run it. And I bought this one, which is the Rode AI1, so the microphone plugs into the XLR, headset plugs in here. And then this button, this one here, you can use to control side tone or monitoring. And then this one has a P48 extra, I think they call it phantom power, to drive the microphone because it needs basically a preamp because it's an XLR mic. And the other one I purchased was this one, which is the Audio-Technica ATH-M50XSTS. You can read. I can't say it. Can I make this easier? ATH-M50XSTS-USB. It's too much. Anyway, this one is a USB version. They do make an XLR version, which could plug into my Rode AI1, but I bought the USB just for simplicity. It has a preamp built into it, so you don't need the audio interface, and it's digital natively as opposed to analog to digital like this one is, so simplicity. So I want to compare the two in terms of three main things. One is the quality of the sound of the mic, quality of the sound of the actual headset, and then the comfort level of the headset. Those are the three criteria I had. All right, so right now we're using the Beyerdynamic, and the microphone I think is slightly better than the microphone on the Audio-Technica. And just for comparison, let's just put that on right now. I'm going to switch microphones. 1 second, where to go? I use NVIDIA Broadcast to get rid of background noise. So right now you can see I've got the Rode 1 selected. So now I'm going to select the Audio-Technica one, and then you'll hear the difference. Hopefully pretty close back to back. Now you should hear the Audio-Technica mic. I think this mic sounds really good. It's maybe a bit thinner than the other one, but the mic sounds really good. Since I have these on, let me just change also the audio sound, which is here. There we are. So I'm going to go back to using the Audio-Technica headset. And we're going to go ahead and do some laps here. And I'll talk a bit about, not laps, but a few corners. I want to be able to, so you can hear what it sounds like with a car running and a bit of background noise. Sound-wise, let's talk about the headset itself and the sound it creates. So I do prefer the sound of the Beyerdynamic DT797. Sorry, I'm trying to remember these names. But the Audio-Technica sound is good. It's just a little deeper, a little more muddled, and I think that's because it's a lower ohm headset. This is like 30 ohms versus the Beyerdynamic is like 250. And what I understand is that the higher the ohms, the more power is required to drive the driver, but then you get better response on the driver, so it's less muddled. And I'm guessing that's why. I'm not an audiophile, but I'm guessing that's why this sounds more deep and muddled. I didn't notice that problem until I actually put on the Beyerdynamic site. I was quite happy with these, and then when I put the Beyerdynamic on, I was like, oh man, that's definitely better sound. However, and this is important for sim racers because we sit in these seats for a while, the comfort level of the Audio-Technica, this one, is quite a bit better than the comfort level on the Beyerdynamics for two reasons. One, the clamping force on the Beyerdynamic is more, so the it just puts more pressure on your head and your ears, around your ears, and I think over time that would be a bit of a problem. However, obviously streamers like Sam Soyd and Dan Suzuki use it, although Dan did just say on his stream today actually that he gets a bit hot in that Beyerdynamic headset. So I think comfort is definitely better on Audio-Technica. And then the other thing is not only the clamping force, but the material of the headset is better, the ear cups. So let me just switch headphones so I can explain that better. I'm going to go back and swap that and swap this. So go back to the line and then well. Okay, we should be back. So the material on this headset, like there's a leatherette on the side, but it's got I don't know what kind, but it's a different kind of material in here. And they have two different ear covers, one that has leatherette the whole way, and then they've got the streamer version, which has a different material here. And I think this just breathes more. It does affect the sound quality a bit. The sound quality is better when you have the full leatherette one. But the sound quality is decent enough. It's as good as any other headset I have until I got these Beyerdynamics, and then the Beyerdynamic sound quality was just phenomenal. However, do I want sound quality or I want comfort? And I think I'll go for comfort. And the other thing to keep in mind is that the cost. So in order to get the Beyerdynamic working with which only is an XLR microphone, you have to have an audio interface. So this headset was what was the pricing? This is in Canadian dollars. So the Beyerdynamic is $520, and then you add in $180 for the interface plus taxes. So that's in the $750 range. And then the Audio-Technica is only $320 for the whole thing in the USB. And if you do want the XLR version, it's $279, but then you would need to have this interface. So this is the cheaper option and simpler option, and the preamp's already built into the headset, so it's all digital. So I do think this is the better option. It's not that expensive, and the comfort level is better. The microphone maybe isn't quite as good as this Beyerdynamic one, but it's still really good, way better than any other gaming headset. And the sound quality is actually really quite good. Just until I put these on, I didn't really know the difference, but now I can sense the difference. Which one will I use? I don't know. But I think it's pretty clear the Audio-Technica is a far better value, and it checks all the boxes except for maybe the Beyerdynamic is better sound quality. One thing I will say though is that when I first plugged in the Beyerdynamic, I got this mechanical synthesized sound going on in the headset. It seems to have gone away. I don't know if that's just the hardware warming up or something, but it seems to have gone away. Anyway, I don't know which one I'm going to sell, but I don't need both. I'll just keep one, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, just thought someone who's looking at headsets and want a better quality sound might be interested in this, because the gaming headsets that most people use have really crappy sound. Anyway, hopefully you have a good day, and hopefully you found this useful. Cheers.